Friday edition of Studio 12. That means Michael Barash and the guest of his choice with Aggie Baseball joins us. I'm Will Johnson, Matt Simon with me. Tonight, Bluebell Park, Texas A&M against the Alabama Crimson Tide, and Michael has brought the hot-hitting Boomer White with him, hitting over, 432 right now is the average. Do you guys look at stats a whole lot? Are y'all?
I don't.
Not really?
No, I mean, I won't.
It's okay to say yes.
I won't go out and venture out to find stats, but people will say things and let me know, and every now and then I'll verify that.
You said guest of choice. Does the guest have a choice, or do you just say this is what's going to happen? How does that work?
Goes off class schedule. Honestly,
Class
whoever I
schedule.
can grab, I just kind of grab.
How many times do you tell a guy, I got to go talk with these morons on the radio, and you get pushback like, oh man,
I always got the I gotta study for a test, or
Well,
I gotta
you guys,
get some treatment.
If you're baseball players, y'all have seen the movie Major League, haven't
Yes.
you? Yeah, you get guys going, I got a guy about some white walls, man. I can't go to that radio show, man. I got to go do something.
Treatment is a great excuse. That
It
is
is.
a perfect. You can get out of almost anything because of treatment.
I'm
That's
injured.
right.
I'm hurt.
I'm kind of
going
banged
to
up.
treatment.
Banged up.
Well, thanks for not having treatment, but glad
Got
you're
it.
healthy
Yeah,
and
glad to
able
be
join
here.
us. Well, like we said, tonight, Bluebell Park, A&M and the Alabama Crimson Tide SEC play continues. You guys have won 6 in a row in the league, 8 in a row overall, but last trip was to Starkville, the land of the left field lounge. What was it like, the Saturday game in particular? Because I don't know if you guys noticed, it was announced as the second largest on-campus crowd for an NCAA baseball game in history. There are a little over 15,000 there. Just that Saturday in that venue to win a game like that. Kind of take us through the feeling of just being able to go to a place like that and win.
Yeah, it was fun. The atmosphere was just incredible. That was the loudest field I've ever been a part of, in my college career. It was just, you couldn't hear yourself think. We're trying to put on bunt signs and first and third signs, and I feel like I have to whistle with my mouth and my fingers just to kind of get everybody's attention. That's how loud it was. But what an awesome weekend. That atmosphere was great. I guess it was Super Bulldog weekend, so it was their spring football game and on Saturday morning, and then our game, and then there was a softball game that night. So there was a ton of people in town. A lot of great food. Great food out in the outfield, and just awesome. They're a good team, and, glad we got to take care of business on the road.
You mentioned the food. I don't think people realize that the fans will berate you guys in good nature all weekend, and then they feed you. So you scored some free food, didn't you?
I did. So during batting practice, after my couple rounds, I go in the outfield and shag for the guys coming up to hit, and just kind of hang out in right field. And there was a couple nice guys. They were saying they were going to give Nick some stuff all weekend. If I had any stuff on Nick, I could tell him. Obviously, I said I have no idea. I don't even know Nick that well. But so they gave me some beef rib and some sausage. It was real good. But I said I can't take much more. I had one piece of each, and I was done with it. But it was awesome. It was really good.
Boomer, you didn't get any cuisine, did you?
No, we warm up out and right, and they'll yell at you. They were making short jokes the whole time to me, which I took. I mean, not the first time I've heard it, but you hang out long enough, take some crap from them, and next thing you know, they're on your side offering you some food that they just grilled up. I didn't spend enough time out there probably to make friends and get some of that food, but no, I heard great stories from Nick and Michael and everyone else who was chowing down.
Now, Banks ended up with he got some grub, didn't he?
Well, he earned it.
Yeah.
He was SEC Player of the Week. He earned a little plate.
Yeah, it was funny. We get back on the bus, and so I sit with Nick on the bus. Boomer's behind us, and JB's to our left. And Nick comes back with a little, party favorite. It was Doritos, cookies, grilled sausage. And we're hey, let me get a piece of that.
At least they showed some respect for him for how well he played at the end of it. But just the streak you guys are on, one of the things we've talked about is that it's 7 in a row now that you've scored 10 or more. And I think you had to go back to 85 the last time A&M had done that. Now you're going almost 30-plus years there. What is it about this offense that just won't quit right now, guys? I mean, you're knocking the cover off the ball in about the last 2 weeks.
It's a mentality on it. I really think so. It's a relentless effort that we're going to the plate with every inning, and we know we have the talent to tag any team in the country for runs every inning, but it's a mentality that, we're out to get you. We're out to put this game away every inning. Yeah. And, I feel like the coaches talked about it. We got complacent early in the year with, maybe jumping on a team early and then letting them get back in it. Mm-hmm. And you can't get away with that in the SEC. As Mississippi State showed, they fought back every game. So, when you play with the mentality that the game's never over and we got to keep putting teams away, then that brings the best out of our offense, and you see what we're capable of. And, we didn't score 10 runs very often at all in the fall. And, we're doing that now against some of the best pitching in the country, and I think that's just a tribute to our guys just being relentless every time we hit.
Mm-hmm. Michael, you ever been a part of that? Because, you've been a part of teams that hit well, but I'm saying Rob Childress mentioned this to us early in the week. You look out at a video board before the game and they post the starting lineup, and everybody's over 300. One or two guys, even good hitters, got to go through something where they dip down to 280 or 220. Everybody in the lineup, 300. You ever seen that in college baseball? Been a part of that?
Yeah, not since we changed bats.
Yeah.
I think, just like Boomer said, we're just relentless when we go up to the plate. I can't remember the last time one of our guys have taken an at-bat off. Every at-bat we have is making it like it's our last at-bat we're ever going to have in an Aggie uniform. And, it's special to be a part of it. I don't know if we're going to score 10 on Friday. We have no idea, but that'd be great. The way our offense is rolling, you never know. We may put up 20. Mm-hmm. But it's just incredible. But it's special. Over 9 guys in our starting lineup. Even guys on the bench are hitting over.
That's right. And there's really like 11 or 12 that are doing it, but there's only 9 spots out there.
That's what's crazy. Only 9 spots on the field, and we have 11, 12, maybe 13 guys that can go out there and produce like some of our guys are producing. It's a lot of fun to be a part of.
No doubt.
Michael Barash and Boomer White with us here on the Friday edition of Studio 12, getting you set for tonight's SEC series opening with the Alabama Crimson Tide at Bluebell Park. Boomer, I know a lot has been made of your story and how you got here to Texas A&M and all that. There's a really awesome article in 12th Man Magazine that came out this week. You can get it on 12thmanfoundation.com and read it. It kind of tells the backstory, but just sort of summarizing it for you, as you make the transfer, you have to sit out the year. I know that's difficult. Then this year you're able to contribute and be a part of this team. I'm not saying you weren't a part of the team last year, but truly to be out there and competing every day. How special has this year been for you, and how much are you looking forward to how far this team can go this year?
Yeah, it's been a really special season up to this point, and I was just itching all last year to somehow contribute, somehow play. Obviously, I knew it wasn't going to happen, and it was tough with the way the season played out and everything. But this summer, last summer I decided to go back to Cape Cod, and even though I was facing the best arms in the country and I was not, in game shape, I was going to do whatever I could to get back and come back to school ready to help this team. And so these last, 5, 6, 7 months that, we've been preparing for this season have been maybe the most important, most dedicated I've ever been to my craft of baseball. And it's just been so unbelievably fun with these guys, win or lose, close game or not, just every aspect of playing on a team like this with the camaraderie that we have has been worth every second of the sit out and everything that I had to go through with the surgery, and just kind of an odd adventure, but it's been worth it up to this point, and I'm sure it will be, and we're excited just to see what we can do.
I would think that the long wait was worth it on your first at bat on your first night. To go deep. Did you put that in some sort of script that it was going to go that way?
A lot of people ask if I was thinking about it. I was trying. The build up to that point, I was just thankful to be playing in front of 6,500, 7,000 fans at the university that I wanted to be at. And when you step up to the plate, good hitters will tell you you can't think, you can't. It's hard to try to do certain things. You just got to react and play. Mm-hmm. And, it just happened to be that time when, I got into a fastball and put it up into the wind, and it went over.
Michael, did you guys give him the traditional baseball, no big deal, cold shoulder in the dugout there, or did y'all mob him when he got in?
Mobbed him because of how much emotion he was showing. That's the most emotion I think I've ever seen him show on the baseball field. But, yeah, that was such an awesome kind of cap to bring it all together. And it was kind of him just showing us that he's in it with us, and it was his first at bat of what's going to be hopefully 250, 300 at bats for him this year, and yeah, that was awesome. I couldn't have been happier for him. Really, that was awesome.
Now, obviously, we were talking about him transferring in. Now, he did have to sit a year. You did the same thing. You transferred in, didn't have to sit, but it's not necessarily easy to come into a new place, even if it's a place you really want to be and you know you're going to fit in with everybody. To make that adjustment, that's a difficult thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said before, when I went to junior college, you had everything taken away from me, really. I had to buy my own cleats, buy your own batting gloves, buy your own – we shared bats. We had to take care of our own field. We have the best groundskeeper in the country and McKenna over at Olson. And, we had to take care of everything, and coming here, being from out of state also was a little different. I didn't really have a pair of boots. I didn't really have a pair of starch jeans or whatever, everyone else was wearing. But, but it was fun. I knew that, when I got here, it was just here to compete. I'm here for the same reasons everyone else was here for, and just here to win, here to have fun, here to get a degree, and, just enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are 30 wins now. I think it's only 4 or 5 teams in the country that have 30 wins on the season. And I was asking about the hitting and how hot this team is, but you got to have all facets, pitching and defense. And for defense, I'll ask you, Boomer, because you're a key part of it, playing third base for the first time. How much of an adjustment was it for you? How comfortable are you there at that hot corner now in your first year?
I'm getting more comfortable by the game. It was kind of – I wouldn't necessarily say I was thrown in the fire, but I was put in a position that I'd never been in. And I played infield my life, but I never played third. And it's a lot of adapting. It's a lot of learning from our coaches, taking bits and pieces from different people's approach and mindset and how to play the infield and just kind of working it to something that I feel comfortable at. But, I feel pretty comfortable now. I hear people say who've watched me that it's visible. It's like they can actually see me get more comfortable by the weekend and just the way I play. And, I'm just doing the best I can and trying to learn from Coach, every game. But, if we can keep our defense going like it is, that helps us out a lot, and it helps us be able to get back in the dugout, throwing up zeros on defense and able to score runs.
Certainly. So, and now pitching, Michael, because you see these guys all the time behind the plate. We've had long conversations on this show about pitching. The thing is, they're really good. I mean, it's an excellent staff. But do you still think there's maybe a little more to accomplish with them? Maybe a couple more guys, if they get going, it becomes possibly that elite staff that can really dominate people.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think there's some guys that are overperforming, and I think there's some guys that think they can do a little bit better. But that's the way it is with baseball.
Yeah.
There's going to be some guys in our lineup that are hitting 300 that think they could be hitting 350. It's the same concept. But, huge. I think Ecker this weekend really could put himself in a great position to get back to where he was. I know he's been pitching great, but that really put him over the top. And then, Mitchell Kilkenny came out and had a couple great outings. He just pounds the strike zone with 3 different pitches and just likes getting after hitters. But, I think there are a few guys that are going to go out there this weekend against Alabama and just throw a lot of strikes. I mean, we've had a lot of talk with Coach Childress and the pitching staff, and they're just going to go out and do what they do. Let's see how far they can hit it. Let's see if they can earn everything they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, how was Dancing with the Stars this week? Good episode?
I didn't watch it because it wasn't Disney.
That's you will draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
I think Vaughn Miller threw the horns down on
I
this
did
last
see that.
episode, didn't he?
Really?
Yeah, he's talking trash over there.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, but I didn't watch Dancing with the Stars because of it wasn't Disney.
It wasn't a Disney episode. Any other? What's your shows? Which the ones you've got to watch each week on the old DVR?
Oh man, I like My 600-Pound Life. I just like seeing them make changes. Honestly, I really do. And then there's the TLC. It's another TLC show, but it's 1 in a Million. It's like kids with abnormalities, and they just meet people that have the same thing that they have, and I like it feels good see how them have fun and seeing people that are like them, and it's awesome. I like seeing that good stuff in the world.
What about you, Boomer? You got any shows that you have to watch each week?
TV for you?
I don't watch a lot of television. I'll watch. I'm a big Seinfeld guy.
There you go.
Oh boy,
there you go.
You have a new best friend.
We got a winner.
I watch.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
This guy was watching that episode the other day.
Yeah.
I think I've seen everyone that they'll air because they don't air like the really early stuff when their set was different. So I think I've seen almost every one. I'd like to think I've seen every one. I think it's absolutely hilarious. The comedy back then is so different than it is now. But I love Seinfeld. I've kind of been into a show called The Following lately. It's kind of creepy, but I don't.
Fox, maybe, I think.
Maybe
Following?
it's
I think I've seen the promos for it. I've not watched it.
it's Kevin Bacon's about like cult following. So it's
Yeah.
usually not my cup of tea, but I kind of got hooked on it. So me and Andrew Vincent watched it a lot when we were in the hotel on the road.
Yeah, so
This
I'll
guy-
never be able to quit Seinfeld. I've seen every episode many times, and it just further convinces me that George Costanza is the greatest character
Yeah.
in American television history.
I think
without-
he is too.
just
I
totally
agree.
neurotic, inadequate.
This guy can quote. He
Oh,
will
man.
drop you
We
countless
go all day,
Seinfeld
we
quotes
go
all day.
See, I'm that way with Friends.
Hey, there
I
we go.
love
That's not
Friends.
bad.
Well, I mean, you guys, your media relations director, Thomas Dick, he's a Seinfeld fan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and
Oh, yeah, he
he's
is.
big on that jerk store line.
Yeah.
I mean, he can sling that out with the best of
He
them.
dropped a quote on the airplane the other day, and I think he got crickets from everyone. And I leaned over just to let him know that I knew what he was putting down.
I like it. I like it. There you go. Don't encourage Thomas. to
No.
not. But guys, all the best. Thanks for joining us tonight, Saturday and Sunday. Alabama Crimson Tide in town. I mean, there's no rest in the SEC. So thanks for joining us. All the best and going to get that series this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Appreciate it.
much.